Guys.
You got it, Mark. That is the question. Should sports resume despite the fact that athletes are testing positive or symptomatic? That's the number. That's the email, friends. Phone's already lit up. Devo. First of all, Dee, I got to ask you, as our sports guru here, what's your take on all this?
You know what? I'm torn on it. I've seen stuff overseas. You know, the Bundesliga League, Premier League, they're going off. These are football, a.k.a. soccer, that have been okay with the restart of the season. No fans, things like that. But we're already seeing in training camps, and in some cases training camps not even starting, where players are showing up with not just symptoms but positive tests,
right,
and facilities being shut down. So what happens if one team, you get to, say, we're talking NHL or NBA, you get to the quarterfinals or the semifinals of the championships, and that one team has 4 people catch COVID. The rest of the team's got to go into quarantine.
Yeah.
Now what goes on with the league? You shut down, and the commissioner for the NBA said, listen, if we have one team get it, we're done. This restart is over. He's acknowledged that yesterday. So there's a lot of trickiness to this, and we got to see what everybody else thinks about it.
Yeah, let's see what Diane. Diane's live on the line this morning. Diane, do you agree with Devo? Or do you think it's time that they resume and try as best they can to cope with all things COVID? Good morning. How are you?
Oh, good morning. I'm fine, thank you. I do not think they should be playing at all until COVID is substantially reduced. It's just too soon. It's too much. We've gone into the second
wave.
Yeah, second wave too quickly. It scares me.
Yeah. So would you say wait until stage 3, or wait until you see a reduction in cases in North America?
I think stage 3 would be a better time to start this up. I know everybody is really determined to get the sports back on TV and we can watch it, but there is a price to pay.
That's the thing, and we keep hearing, news stories every day. This is unknown. We're waiting for a vaccine. And when they come up with a vaccine, is it already mutating? Is it airborne? That was trending this morning, where they're trying to figure out, do the particles stay in the air? So there's so much we're still discovering on a daily basis. Thank you so much for calling, Diane.
Thank you.
We've got an email from Philip, and stay safe and healthy. Do you have this one, Dee, or would you like me to read it?
I've got it, Dee. And Philip says, I say no. The leagues are endangering their players, not only now, but for their futures. I've seen many reports suggesting that there are lingering effects of COVID-19, which can be debilitating. Other than money, mostly from advertisers and networks, there's no reason to endanger people's lives by bringing back professional sports. The WHO says we haven't even seen the peak of the pandemic. The only way is to be vigilant and overcome it, and sacrifices need to be made. Failure to do so will mean more disruption and more illness, and it will be with us longer than necessary. And I'm with Phil on the aspect of money. This is what, there's these lucrative TV deals that are in place for these major sports leagues that they are connected to, that they have to still fulfill their agreements. Advertisers have already paid for these spots on these championship runs or these regular season games. So there's a lot of money involved with this. But again, we don't know the long-term effects of what could happen to someone's lungs and the rest of their bodies if they catch COVID-19.
So true. Even if they're seemingly young and healthy, you never know. So up next, we've got a caller on the line, Matt from Burlington. Matt, where do you stand and where do you weigh in on this issue when it comes to sports? Oh, Matt's not there. Do we have Neil?
Neil's here.
Hi, Neil. How are you this morning?
Good morning. Yeah, I can't help it. There is a big sense of like a double standard. We're so careful in screening people coming through the borders, and yet these players, I think perhaps it also has to do with money that's involved. It's an unfortunate thing. No, I don't think they should be coming back. I think should sit it out for a few weeks.
So would you agree, till stage 3, or wait till you see a decrease in overall numbers in North America? What would make you feel more comfortable about them resuming?
I think phase 3 for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Thanks so much, Neil. We love hearing from everybody across the country. We have got another email. This one's from Jared saying, I think we are going to see a huge change when sports returns. The way we imagine watching sports, to rules and what can be allowed. You guys hit it on the nail. All the sports players, they're people just like all of us and have families too. It's not like if they pick up and play sports again that things will be all right. I'm glad sports players are mentioning their families. It's not always about the money in the end. I understand that fans want to see sports again, but all things need to be considered to keep even all of our sports players safe. And that's the thing. Like, what's it going to take is unfortunately somebody having a really bad response and then people going, maybe we shouldn't have done that. You don't know how someone's going to respond despite their age or athleticism.
Even that, Dee, you see the Major League Baseball kind of restart.
Yeah.
They've put out their schedule the same day that Freddie Freeman, the first baseman for the Atlanta Braves, posted, and his wife posted about him having COVID-19. She said he's a Superman. Nothing affects him.
Yeah.
And he is hurting bad right now due to the symptoms from COVID-19. And this is, an all-star major league slugger that everyone's looking at saying, hey, he's not going to be able to come for the restart. There's been a lot of prominent names in the foreign major North American sports that have said, we're not going back. There's soccer players, a star from LAFC have just said, I'm not going back. We've seen 9 players and a coach from Dallas FC. They're not going to be able to participate this week, and they've shut down their training for now. So there's a lot of that where they're saying, hey, we don't know what's going to happen, You
know what's adorable right now? We have got a caller on the line who happens to be 10 years old. Good morning,
Yes.
Hugo from Etobicoke. How are you, sweet pea?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I am a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Oh, you're awesome.
I love it.
I love Hugo,
Love it.
long-time listener, first-time caller. 10 years old. How's summer going for you so far, Hugo?
It's going very well. I've been playing with my cousin a lot.
Awesome.
And I've been seeing my friends from a socially distanced place.
Okay, you're amazing.
Yes.
You have
This
it
is
all
good.
figured
Hugo,
out.
do you play sports normally?
Yes, I love to play baseball.
Oh, baseball.
Right.
So you must love the
what do
Blue
you think?
Jays.
Yes, I do love the Blue Jays.
Us too.
And how do you feel about them? They started practicing. They showed a cool video of them at the Rogers Center yesterday practicing. Do you think they should be playing in league games again?
No, I don't think any sport should be restarting, because if you're not being socially distanced, you can actually catch it.
Hugo, you are so bright. You are 10 years old, and yet you are saying all the wise, right things. So you're saying they shouldn't put themselves at risk right now because you can still catch it.
Yes, because you're not socially distanced or 6 meters apart.
That's right. So tell me, since we
Hugo's
have you
right.
on the line, Hugo, because you're very wise, what do you say to all the kids watching right now and they're bored? What do you do for fun?
I go on with my friends on a thing called, I go on my friends and we just play basketball, but from a socially distanced part. So we bring our own balls and we just start shooting at the nets while talking.
Okay, Hugo's got it all. He's got the baseball, got the basketball.
And we do biking, socially distanced, while talking, and maybe skateboarding.
Oh, skateboarding?
Yes.
Oh,
Brilliant.
be careful. I've always wanted to learn how to skateboard, but I'm too
He's got
chicken.
better skills than you, Dina, don't worry.
Yeah. Diva, do you skateboard?
No, I save my ankles for basketball. I've rolled them enough times playing basketball that a skateboard will just be like, whoops, see you, to my ankle and my ligaments there.
Hugo,
so no
you're
skateboarding
amazing.
for this guy.
Hugo, call us back anytime, okay? It was wonderful talking to you, and enjoy your day. Bye, sweetie.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks to everybody who called.